Well, it's almost Father's Day and you are out of ideas for something unique for your dad. I think I have something for you if you use Silhouette Studio to cut your vinyl. Stay tuned. I'll show you how to do this. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Susan from Blue Vinyl Stickers. And today I'm going to show you this little quick last minute gift for Dad. You can cut it from vinyl, you can etch it onto glass. Anything you would like to do with this design, you can edit 100% as long as you are using Silhouette Studio. Now, the font that is here should be one that is automatically loaded onto Silhouette Studio. So you can do anything you want with this font. So let me show you real quick how I went about and did this, just so you know, just so you can see what I'm doing. I do use Silhouette Studio Business Edition, but like I said, you can go ahead and use any edition you would like. This is basic editing for Silhouette Studio. So let me show you what I've got here. I took my original design and I just set it off to the side. I made a copy of it and just set it off to the side. So let me show you again how to do that. Let me get this off the screen. My screen here also I am using the no cutting mat, so that's why my screen looks a little bit different here. So let me put it back on so you can see what the cutting mat looks like, what it doesn't look like. If you didn't know, you can cut your vinyl without a cutting mat. If you are using one 12 by 12 inch sheet of vinyl, or 12 by about 9 inches, you can cut without a cutting mat. So if you want to do that, all you have to do is take and put none, and your machine will let you cut anything you want as long as it fits between the rollers. And the rollers are at about here and at about 8 inches. So if you are going to cut something that has a design like this, you want to stay about 1/4 inch on either side of the 8 inch mark, so about 7 3/4 to about 7 1/4. You want to kind of leave that spot blank because the rollers will actually make a dent in your vinyl, and that's not something you want to have in your finished piece. So if you were going to do this without a cutting mat, I would actually move this over to about here and go ahead and cut it, and you can actually use a piece of vinyl that's about 9 inches. So right now what we're going to do is I will put the mat back on for you just so you can see and have a frame here for you. So there it is, there's the frame back on. Okay, so what I did is this file here is has been grouped and grouped again. So right mouse click on it and just say duplicate. So, and just set it off to the side. And that is just so if you mess this up, you have it right here. Now if you mess this up, you actually do have a copy of it in your library, and so you can just pull from that as you need it, if you need it. But this, I just find, just set it off to the side. So here's how you're going to do this. You're going to right mouse click on the design, and as you can see, it is all one group. Come over here and say ungroup. And what it does is now these here, the date and the name on each one of these is grouped together. And you group them together so that the spacing here is the same, but then when you go and want to make sure that it's centered, you don't lose that spacing. So here's where it's really easy to do. Highlight, right mouse click, and ungroup. So everything here you see is now ungrouped. So I want to go back and back. You don't need to ungroup anything else again. So what you want to do, put your cursor over, say you want a different date, of course you do. Double click, do you see what I did? Double click, and it brings up the box with the green or blue bar. Highlight this, and then type in what you want. And it will automatically stay with the font that that it started with. Okay, so double click, highlight it, and okay, now you see it's going to be slightly off. I'll show you here in a minute what to do with this. So we're going to leave that, and we're going to make Daniel make him we'll just make him Daniel Ann too, just because it makes it longer. I can't think of another name. And here with Matthew, we don't want to ungroup. We don't want to do anything here. So don't right mouse click like you would normally do. Double click on the left, highlight this, and make this okay. So now everything is all off to the side, but you haven't changed the spacing here. So what you want to do is highlight these two. Come over here to your transform and over here to this icon here, and make sure that this is what you want to see. And we're going to touch the horizontal and line it up. Okay, right mouse click and say group. Okay, let me do it again. So highlight these two, align the centers, right mouse click, and group. Okay, highlight the centers, right mouse click, and group, and come up here to Dad, highlight, right mouse click, and say center, and then group. Okay, now since all of these are all grouped together, take your cursor and just draw a line up through the center. Come over here, center them, and then this is the reason why you need to group everything, because you want to keep the spacings here, but you want to make the spacings even. So come over here to the vertical spacing. There we go. It puts it all nice and even. Highlight it all, right mouse click, say group. Change it to whatever color you want. It doesn't really matter. And then cut it in whatever vinyl you want, or cut it out and use the vinyl as a stencil. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. The file is available for sale in my shop at Blue Vinyl Stickers. Go ahead and pop on over, grab that little SVG. It's actually, I'm going to leave it as a Studio 3 file, so only the people with the Studio Business Edition can grab that file. It will be a zipped file because it has the file format is not recognized by Etsy, so it has to be zipped. So it will be a zipped file. It will be a Studio 3 file, and so go ahead and ignore what Dell has to say. Ignore what Dell has to say, and then cut this out. I'd love to see your finished projects. Have a great Father's Day. Bye for now.